Since Tekken 7 reaches the end in 1 month and Tekken 8 is coming out, I asked Twitter about their hot takes about the game, which means what is an kind of unpopular opinion or weird, provocative opinion. Let's check the tweet. So Tekken 7 comes to an end. What are your biggest hot takes? And I was surprised so many people wrote hot takes. Like 500, around 500 or 400 people responded to that. And I just took 60 out of the biggest, or my opinion, best hot takes. Wanted to talk about it. I did some screenshots about the best hot takes, or my opinion. Can you read it? Bob is the best 2D character counterpicked by a mile. And that only Usa knew is a shame. This is an interesting hot topic because I feel like it's right. Bob has really good jabs. Really high jabs, really long range jabs, which means you can keep out Akuma pretty well with highs. And you're beating also his jumps easily. He can punish he can punish fireball and certain stuff pretty consistent as well. This makes it way easier for Bob to deal with jumping stuff and with keep out. Since Akuma is really good on close range, or probably the best character on close range, but with the right keep out tools, it's very difficult for Akuma to approach a character like that. Yeah, Bob also has safe down for 2. If he feels uncomfortable, like getting pressured, it's a mid, safe, doesn't risk that much compared to other characters who want to launch. Bob has good whiff punisher against Akuma, like Crushers 1 is a good tool. Hell Sweep is a good tool, but there are better characters, I would say, who are better than Akuma. He's not the best character. That's why I said it's in certain way right. The bad things about Bob is if he wants to deal with lows, if he wants to use lows, his down back 3 is one of his few lows which are useful. But against Akuma, a 20 frame standing low is not that beneficial. So it's difficult for him to deal with stuff like that. To apply 50-50, he can do Hell Sweep, but it's risky, obviously. 4-4-2 also loses against Focus Attack, but I think wins against Jump. Crouch Rush 1 is good against Akuma, like I said. Jabs are good. His Hop Kick is good against Akuma. I think these are some bad things overall for Bob, but there are better characters. Like 2 characters that come in my mind against Akuma is Marduk. Marduk is a really good character against Akuma, and I think the best character, to be honest. Marduk has really high jabs as well. His jabs can float the character easily. His punishes are really good as well. Like he has up for 1-2 if he wants to punish fireball and stuff like this. He has down for 1 for long range, and his down 3 as a low is also standing low, but is overall a better low, I think, than Bob's down back 3. So what also helps is that Valetudo stance is quite efficient against Akuma, I think, or his Valetudo stance in general. He has really good tools to beat jump, to beat many options, like while standing 1 from the stance is good. He has many good tools in this stance. If you don't share my opinion, it's okay, it's just my opinion. Don't get me wrong. If you don't agree with me, it's totally fine. Maybe I'm saying things that are wrong. I try to explain it in my way and from my understanding. But it's no guarantee it's totally right. And another character who's also pretty good against Akuma. I have 2 characters in mind. One is Jack, and the other one, Heihachi, is also quite good, I would say. Yeah, for good keep outs, for good beats, Akuma's approach and his overall tools. And Noctis is also very good, yeah. But the problem for Noctis is he puts himself often in bad situations against Akuma. Like if he does 4-4-1+2, for example, he's -9 and in front of Akuma. And being -9 in front of Akuma means 50-50 basically for him. I just talk about Akuma. He's talking about Geese as well. Geese. This is a point I didn't think about. But Geese, in general, Bob is a good character, don't get me wrong. In some situations, he lacks of certain tools, like his 50-50 is difficult to apply, but his keep out is really good. And his whiff punish became good during the time. unfortunately. Feng is really good against Geese, better than Bob. Feng can beat so many things from Geese so easily. Steve is really good against Geese, I think, for his keep outs. What, who else? Marduk is also very good against Geese. Yeah. Yeah, Jin as well. Yeah. They're better characters. But he's not wrong with the fact that Bob is overall really good. And against 2Ds, yeah, also good. But they are better characters. Let's look for another hot take. Another video. Yeah. Geese is definitely not the threat he may have been in the earlier seasons. Meter nerf, damage nerf, down for 2 nerf, rage drive nerf. Rage drive? You probably meant Raging Storm. There's only so much normal Tekken that I want to play. I feel like he's basically has 1 jab, down for 1 and down 2. Also his jump sucks. Why? He has bad experience against Geese, that's the problem. He's mentioning right things. His jab is down for 1 and down 2 are one of his most important tools. His jab is one of the best jabs in the game. Why? The range is good. The extensions are good. He has 1-1. He has 1-2. He has a high mid, poke. He has 1 into forward, 1 into whatever. He has 1-2 into 3. He has 1-1 in certain ways. The recovery is faster than 3D characters. 3D characters, jab recovery is 17 frames. 2Ds is 14 frames. Which means, imagine if a Geese player is doing a jab into jab and the jab animation is over and you want to launch it with a hop kick or down for 1 or down for 2, 15 frames. It's not possible. It's not possible. You need to press the hop kick before the animation comes out. In general, for jabs, it's the case. You're doing it preemptively. You don't do it on reaction. But for Geeses and 2D characters, stricter than other characters. So it's a different approach, or they have more advantage with pressuring with jabs without being scared to get launched. But launched is difficult, more difficult. His jump sucks. That's not. It's worse than Akuma's jumps and Eliza, but it's still a good one. You can avoid mids, you can still avoid certain highs, and you get the launch. That's the thing with meter. Yeah. So it depends on how you use jabs, use the jump. That's the thing. Down 2 being -14 is unfortunate for some matchups. Like Bob can launch it, Marduk can't launch it. Miguel, Jin can launch it. It's minus. Overall, it's a good high crush tool still. High crush low, which tracks decently. But he still has got sidestep 3. Even though he got nerfed, sidestep 3 is still good from its property. He has downfall 3. It's not -13 or 14. Or -14, it's not launch punchable. Damage nerf. If you land the combo with meter with 1 bar, it's still like 80 damage. Getting meter is more difficult, that's true. It's still doable with the right tools, depending on how often you hit him. It's still okay. Of course, it got nerfed properly, but it can still be a threat. After round 2, yeah, mostly has a bar. Down for 2 nerf, yeah, it's not a counted launcher, true. But it's still a good tool. On the wall, he can pressure you pretty well, but it's definitely not threatening. It got nerfed heavily. Like, if he wants to get a homing counted launcher, it's Magic 4. And the recovery is worse. And it's a high. But for mids, you need to look for other tools. Some people, or many people, are saying Geese is still top 5. I'm doubting it, or I'm not sharing the same opinion. They call me dumb, but it's okay. I think other characters are stronger. What also Geese's strength is his movement. Even though he's a 2D character, his movement is superior to other characters. Like, his sidestep is better than most characters, his backdash is good, but his sidestep is really good. Like, Akuma's sidestep is not that good, but his backdash is phenomenal. Eliza is a mix of both, I think. His movements makes Geese so strong. So it's easier for them to whiff punch, since they can evade stuff easier. And hit confirmable, back 3-2. Which is also 40 frame low hitting mid launcher. If you want to whiff punch someone with decent range. Forward 4, counted launcher. Still got good tools. So still a strong character. Top 5 for some people, but you can argue about that. I think overall, in some matchups, he's not that strong. Or in some matchups, it's very hard for Geese. In year 1 or year 2 of Geese release, he was ridiculously strong. You can't compare release Geese to this Geese. Season 1 and 2 Geese, ridiculous. Ridiculous. The damage, the counter tools, absurd. Absurd. But yeah, I think Geese is, overall, I think Geese is top 10. That's my opinion. Arguably top 5. Not my opinion. Another hot take. Many top players in Tekken 7 will be nobodies in Tekken 8 based off how the system and the game works. It's difficult because even the top players in Tekken 7 has some legacy or built some fundamentals. Not everyone has these fundamentals that they can bring to Tekken 8 or their characters. But let's talk about fundamentals first. Tekken 8 in the beginning will be crazy with things that people don't know, mechanics that they don't feel comfortable with, and people need time to adapt to that system in Tekken 8. Since Tekken 8 has chip damage, people need to be aggressive or offensive, which is not that needed in Tekken 7 at a certain point. But yeah, it's a different game pace in general. So I think some people that are good in Tekken 7 won't be that good, but since they need to adapt, it shows if they adapt properly, they can become good. And it's easier for them than newcomers in Tekken 8. Imagine you starting with Tekken 8 compared to someone who started with Tekken 7 and continue to play Tekken 8. But some players, I think, won't be that successful. Like, let's see. We will see many different players, I think, in Tekken Rising. I feel like the big difference is everyone should be starting at the same point, unlike all Tekken games with arcade release. Yeah, that's a good thing. Everyone started now Tekken 8 at the same time. This is a good thing. Before that, Tekken 7 was released 2 years before in arcades before on console, which was unfortunate for people who hadn't an arcade. So this is a new, completely new start for everyone. Everyone in the world will have it at the same time. Kind of agree. Let's pick another one. Eliza is a pretty original concept and design, and she should come back as a 3D character, but keep the dive kicks. Yeah, if you keep the dive kicks, it means she is still able to jump, which would be a 2D point. Maybe they would reduce the range of her jump if she's coming back in Tekken 8. But I think Eliza is a really cool character from her design. I really like her design. Even though I hate to play against her, I really like her design and concept with the vampire. We'll see if she's coming back. She wasn't that popular, was she, in Tekken 7? That will be interesting. I wouldn't mind if she would come back in Tekken 8 as a 3D character. But the concept of 2D characters, personally, is not my type. I would be happier if 2D characters wouldn't be there, but it's another topic. But overall, I would like to see Eliza again in Tekken 8. Or with her graphics and stuff like this, she would look sick. Next one, I like Lucky Chloe. This is insane. Many people like Lucky Chloe. Some people tweeted Lucky Chloe is a cool character. Someone even wrote in a tweet, Lucky Chloe is by far the coolest character. Like, what? Lucky Chloe? Just report this. I should blog this. How on earth do you like this character? I don't know. Yeah, Azucena is the better Lucky Chloe. Totally agree. Yeah, they need to get mental health check. I need to drink water because design wise, she has, how is it called? Her outfit. What is this? With her I hit the time. Fuck. You all have no taste. And you're telling me that I don't have taste in my clothes in Tekken? And you like Lucky Chloe. Okay. I will keep that in mind. Next time, when you insult my outfit, I will insult you by saying you like Lucky Chloe. Insane. Okay, next hot take. Akuma was not broken. Players were too stubborn to adapt to the 2D style. This is a hot topic because most people are thinking that Akuma is broken, I would say. Pakistan knows the matchup pretty well. But their style is very different than from rest of the world. So many people played Akuma in Pakistan before he got nerfed badly. So many. If you think about Takra Cup, there were 6 out of 8 Akumas in the top 8. So this is like a sick sign that he was broken. Now he got nerfed, it's a different thing. But the best player in the world is an Akuma player. That's one point. It's not the final point I want to mention. Second, his tools that he got are breaking the game. 10 frame counted launcher. Low, that's launches on clean hit. Superior jabs. Amazing whiff punisher. He has 2 as a whiff punish. If you press 2 with Akuma, you're buffering the move, the QCF1. If it hits the opponent, it's a combo. If not, it's not a combo. You can confirm he has jumps. He has so many tools that almost no other character has. He has superior backdash. His backdash or his hurt box is different from any other character. EXDP, a really good wall pressure tool. Like he has 4-4-2-1 if you want to duck the down 3 on the wall. Down 2, high crush 11 frame. High crush 11 frame launcher. Doesn't need to be clean hit. Unlike down 3. It launches always if it's on hit. Down 2 into QCF1. Into fireball, basically. If it's a combo, 12 frame. Sorry. Instead of 11, it's 12. Okay. Still broken. Still broken as shit. Down 1 into EX Tatsu. Also possible. Like, what? His sidestep is not the best. Okay, I get it. His frames on certain down for 1 on certain tools are not the best. But his jabs. Insane. Down for 1-1. Good recovery as well. People don't understand Akuma's sidestep are jumps. Yeah, that's a good point. And instead of sidestepping, Akuma likes to jump. It's a risk for Akuma players. For Akuma, to be fair. But still, it has so much advantage. If you're scared about the low, jump. If you're scared about mids, jump. If you're scared about highs, certain highs, jump. And if you want to do anti-air against a jump, you need to distinguish about neutral jump and demon flip. Because in demon flip, he has other options which can crush your anti-air. So you need to distinguish between these things. So it's insane. He has so many tools that are fun to watch. I agree. Even though I cry when I see people lose to Akuma inside of my heart. I have to say, you don't know how much I cursed when it won against me. I was so angry because so weird stuff happened. But he's smart. I don't insult Atif, don't get me wrong. I don't insult Atif. He's smart picking Akuma, playing insane. One of the best players in the world, obviously. And I watched it live there in Riyadh. And I was so angry. I lost my voice because of it. Yeah, anyway. Okay. That's why I don't agree. I don't agree to this topic. Next topic. Tekken 7 was a good starter games for fighting games. Definitely. It's the easiest, one of the easiest fighting games that you can play. Combos are kind of easy to learn. Punishes are obvious. The explanation is not that good. You need to lab or understand certain things through YouTube videos or through someone who teaches you the game. Yeah, the tutorial is very bad or non-existent in Tekken 7. Yeah, punishment. But overall, it's a very easy fighting game. Tekken 6 is more complicated about the Oki situations overall. I'll reduce so badly. There are only like 3 Oki situations in Tekken Tech 2. Tech Assault. In general, like the tech system was messed up. Tech Crash. Stuff like this. Compared to 2D. 2D is different. You are limited. Your options are way more limited than in Tekken. Because certain timings are happening at a certain point. For example, you can't stay on the ground for like all the time in Street Fighter. In Tekken, you basically can. And you can hit the opponent on the ground. So there are different Oki situations. Compared to any other Tekken, this is the easiest one. The best accessibility to play Tekken properly is Tekken 7. Yeah. Tekken Tech 2, absolutely not beginner friendly. Absolutely not. You can throw it in the bin, basically. What else? Yeah. So I think it's a really good... I totally agree with that. It's a really good starter game. And Tekken 8 probably will be even better for a starter game with the implemented tutorial, frame data, stuff like this. For fighting games, even for fighting games, I would say. Even for fighting games. If you compare it to Virtua Fighter, compare it to Street Fighter, okay. I get it, but it's still what I witnessed. It's kind of easier, or maybe a bit more complex, but not that big.